Hey everybody, so this is an issue I haven't covered as well in a video yet. So, my situation that Henderson County put me through has to do with gun rights and the Second Amendment. And the county here has proven multiple times, not just with me, that they do not care about self defense. How dare you defend yourself in this county? Especially if you're homeless, because that is the way it came off to me. Okay? I was actually told by an off duty cop that somebody higher up thought I didn't deserve a gun because I was homeless. That's not their call. They're overriding the Constitution by doing that. So there were multiple laws that did apply to my situation and John on June 4th of 21. One being the castle law, with my vehicle having four walls. We had a right to defend ourselves. We had witnesses that corroborated everything that we said. And another thing also is I had a legal concealed carry permit. I had a Glock 17 third gen. I was a very good shot, and I'm still upset with myself for freezing up because I got so scared. It's never happened before, and hopefully won't happen again. So the thing about this is, I had a legal concealed carry permit, and my buddy who saved my life was a 3-tour veteran of Iraq, and he did exactly what a concealed carry instructor would have told you to do in that exact situation. He did not mishandle my gun. I did not know that he was a felon, but we are talking about the same man who made sure I had food and clean laundry when I didn't ask him for anything, and the only thing he wanted in return was my friendship. He just was a very good person and took No Man Left Behind very seriously. He's ex-Navy. And the other thing as well, there was more proof to support my and John's statement than there was to support Justin and Michelle. There was drive-through footage at the restaurant it happened at, and John had told me before he had left prison. He actually went to prison for saving my life. That doesn't sit right with me. Does that sit right with you? For a 3-tour veteran of Iraq to sit in prison for saving somebody's life and taking leave no man behind that seriously? Is that Are you a veteran? Are you offended by this? Because I mean, this could be you, you know. And the thing about our situation, okay, Justin had stolen my Mossberg 500, which kind of contributed to the situation. But the major contributing factor in me not going to the police on that day has to do with the fact that the police were stalking me for having a beat up car and for being homeless. So they had created a level of distrust with me to where I felt like if I reported it, they were going to twist it and make it my fault. And on June 4th of 21, they actually proved me right, okay? So, in a multitude, a very very large multitude of ways, they proved me right. So the other thing, as well, is Justin was also a felon, and I have been informed by somebody who I will not name. When Justin was arrested 3 months later for raping his girlfriend, he was arrested with a gun, but he was not charged with felon with a firearm. And the another situation with this, Michelle actually had a 50B on him, and so when they went to the hospital and they were seen together, not a single officer questioned, why are you in the same room? And so, yeah, that's some dirty shit. I'm sorry. And I did find out later he knew a lot of people with money. He had a lot of pull and power in this town. And another issue that I don't really care for, okay? He ran around both of our cars screaming about how he's going to kill us. And then the police wondered why we went to the parking lot next door to dial 911. If somebody is bleeding and just got shot, high off their ass on meth, running around 2 cars screaming about how he's going to kill you, are you going to want to stay there, or are you going to worry that they're going to take control of their girlfriend's car? In my situation, that's what it is. And turn around and actually try something else crazy after they just did something crazy. It is so absurd. Nobody needs to be getting away with murder. And I know I'm not the only victim, to end up in jail over a similar situation. There's plenty of people who have had similar situations to mine and John's. Now, another thing too, Second Amendment right. I already brought up castle law. Now, Good Samaritan law actually protected John from suffering any consequences for saving my life. His lawyer failed to use that. And now when my lawyer had come to me, it was more along the lines of he wanted me to be guilty. He had no interest in proving me innocent. All the charges against me were getting dropped because there was no proof. And the only reason I took a plea deal is because I didn't want to be paralyzed. And they have paralyzed people in the past in Henderson County, whether they've beaten them or done something else. And I had a legitimate reason to be scared of that. I'm a domestic violence survivor, and I enjoy the use of my legs. So I took it, think I can fight this, and I still am. And it shouldn't take this long for an issue where there's no proof. Okay? And then the fact that John, okay, Good Samaritan law protected him, but he still went to prison. And this shows you how bad off our justice system has gotten. This is one of the main topics. Our public defenders are failing us. And we got rappers and country singers making songs about stuff like this. And it's becoming a more frequent thing as well. So, my issue is, I got a legal concealed carry permit. I'm not God, and I can't tell somebody not to use my gun. Okay? I can. Let me get to that. Oh, yes, she can. Let me get to that. Okay? I don't even know when the hell he grabbed the gun. He sensed danger before I did. And how am I supposed to tell somebody, don't grab my gun, when I didn't even see it happen? Okay? That's what the cops were initially told before Eric LaRoe didn't like what he heard and wanted me to change the subject, and I was too traumatized to think straight. Otherwise, I would have told him, kiss my ass, buddy. And so my Second Amendment rights, which are federal rights, have been violated, and there's not a damn thing being done about it. And I'm not the only one in Henderson County whose gun rights have either been violated by the authorities or even are currently being violated by the authorities. And that's something that needs to be taken care of, not just in Henderson County, but in any town. We have had police here in this county commit multiple felonies and misdemeanors in order to violate multiple constitutional rights on the citizens here. And that doesn't sit right with me.